of the Building and Operating Committee of Thursday, August 27, 2020. The time is 9:48 a.m. Before we begin, please be advised this meeting is being recorded. Now, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you, and good morning again, everyone. Director Belforte.
Present.
Present. Director Cochran.
Here.
Present. Director Frederick.
Here.
Present. Director Garbarino. Director Garbarino?
Yes, here.
There we go. Thank you. Director Rabbit, we know is absent. Vice Chair Moylan?
This call is being recorded.
Chair Tirio?
Mute off.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. And President Parr?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So you have a quorum, and also on the line we have Directors Grosbull, Directors Hill, Maston, and Sobel. So you are Committee of the Whole. I'll confirm now the staff on the line, and we have Dennis Mulligan. You're still on the line. Dennis Mulligan, are you still on the line?
Sorry, I was muted. My apologies, yes.
Thank you. Joe Wire, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Ava Bauer-Furbish, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Kim Manolius, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. And then we have Steve Miller from the Bridge Division. Are you on the line?
Present.
Thank you. Mona Babauta, are you on the line?
Present.
Thank you. Jim Swindler, are you on the line? Absent. And Kelly Hopper, are you on the line?
Present.
Thank you. That confirms staff on the line.
Okay. So thank you. This is the standard official announcement. I would like to remind everyone to mute their phones until after staff's presentation and when we open up for director discussion. After staff's presentation, I will be asking for any comments and or questions on the item. If there are questions, the Secretary or I will call on you accordingly. After our discussion, we will ask for any public comment before taking any vote. Each page of the meeting packet is numbered on the bottom right-hand corner for ease of following along. We'll start with item number 3 on the agenda to approve actions relative to award of contract number 2020 BT011, Novato Bus Facility Underground Storage Tank Site Cleanup to ETIC. The staff report begins on page 3, and we have Chief Engineer Ava Bauer-Furbish on the line to present the report. Ava, go for it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Golden Gate Bridge Bus Division, Bus Transit Division operates commuter bus services out of 3 dispatch, parking, and maintenance facilities. One of them is located in Novato, and we call it Novato Bus Facility, or D2. Each of these facilities maintains an on-site supply of diesel fuel. The fuel is stored in underground or above-ground fuel storage tanks. At the Novato Bus Facility, the original underground fuel storage tanks were installed in 1975. In 1977, the district discovered a leak in the underground piping system that connecting the underground fuel tanks. The leak was reported to the San Francisco Regional Water Quality Control Board. And subsequently, the district performed multi-phase site investigation. The investigation have revealed that areas of contaminated soils were localized on site, and that contaminated groundwater did not migrate beyond the property boundaries. And since then, the district has been monitoring the site to determine whether the diesel fuel that remain on site would naturally degrade. However, we observed that this natural degradation of the fuel was not occurring at the sufficient pace. So under oversight of the Regional Water Quality Control Board, the district developed a plan for cleanup of the site. The the cleanup basically consists of excavation of the contaminated soils and extraction of contaminated water. And that methodology of the cleanup was approved by the Regional Water Quality Board. The engineering department prepared a construction contract to implement the cleanup. And this contract number 2020 BT11 was advertised for bids on June 9th this year. The district received 3 bids, which were open on July 28th. And the engineering department performed a cost analysis of the bids. The prices included in the bids were compared to the engineer's estimate and also to the previous projects that we had with the similar work. All 3 bids exceeded the engineer's estimate of $4 million, but between the bids, there was only 12% spread in pricing. The engineering staff has determined that the source of the higher bids was in 2 items. That one of them was installation of shoring for the excavations, and the other item was excavation of and disposal of contaminated soils. And out of the total of 1.8 million higher pricing on the low bid, 1.6 million are in those 2 items, is into these 2 items. So the low bidder is been determined to be ETIC of Pleasant Hill, California, with the bid amount of $5,893,899.75. Engineering staff reviewed the bid proposals for completeness and conformance with the bid solicitation requirement and determined that ETIC's proposal complied with these requirements. In addition, a small business enterprise goal was established for this contract at the level of 13%. The DBE program administrator has determined that ETIC has complied with the DBE SBE program requirements applicable to this contract. ETIC is a small business enterprise and will subcontract some of the work to other SBE firms. None of these firms are a DBE enterprise. So at this time, it is estimated that ETIC will provide about 67.3% of SBE participation in the contract. Staff also determined that the pricing for the work provided by ETIC is fair and reasonable. Engineering staff and attorney determined that ETIC is the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, and we recommend the award of contract 2020 BT11 to ETIC. It is also recommended that a contingency of 10% of the contract amount, which is $589,400, be established for this contract in the event that of any unforeseen circumstances that may arise during construction. This project is included in the fiscal year 2021 Bus Transit Division capital budget in the amount of $2 million and is 100% district funded. So a budget for the project, a budget increase for this project is necessary in the amount of $5,100,300 to be funded with the district reserves. So the total budget will be $7,100,300. This concludes my report, and I'm available to answer any question the committee may have for me.
Thank you, Ms. Bauer-Farbush. Do any of the directors have questions or comments on this item?
This is Bert. And Jim also.
Madam Secretary, would you please go through those?
Okay, Director Hill, go ahead.
One question, there's a little off of this, is do our other storage tanks have sensors in the ground around them so that this thing would not happen on them? And
Yes,
then,
yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
go ahead, I'll say that.
Yes, the tanks that we are installing as of now, they have sensors.
But sensors that would find the secondary problem where it had leaked outside the range of what the sensors had before.
So
In 1970s.
Yeah, go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, in the 1970s, they had single wall tanks. They didn't have sensors. Subsequent to then, we've replaced all of our tanks. Currently, all of our facilities have either underground or above ground tanks. They're double wall tanks. There's sensors between the tanks, so if there's a leak in the inner tank before it gets outside, it'll be detected. There's also sensors in the surrounding ground, to answer your question, Director Hill.
Okay, thank you. And I just wanted to make the comment that when we evaluate fuel sources, the cost of this should be definitely considered within the range of that when we're making that decisions on where we're going. So, thank you.
All right, and then we have a comment from Director Maston.
Yes. So the facility will be closed for 6 months and only used for staging buses on a daily basis, but not for normal operations. So those normal operations, are they going to be done somewhere else? Do we have a nearby location, another nearby location? And if so, is there a cost related to that alternative?
So if you want, Ava, I can address this one.
Sure, please.
Yeah, so as part of the July sign-up, we acted to have buses be overnight at either Santa Rosa or San Rafael. The bulk of the service is now pulling out from San Rafael. Because of the COVID pandemic, the amount of commute service that we have to put out on the road is decreased by 50%. So arguably it's an opportune time to do this during the pandemic because we're putting less bus service out on the street. But there is additional costs associated with that, Director Maston. You are correct. We are tracking that cost as we go through this period of time so that we can understand a little bit better about the cost model of our 3 different bus yards.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do any other directors have questions or comments? Then, Madam Secretary, we can go to public comment if there is anyone there.
Thank you. We're going to pull the line. We have no speakers on this item.
Very good. Then hearing none, Director Belforte, would you please move the item?
So moved.
And Director Cochran, can I have a second from you?
Second.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Please call the roll.
Thank you. Since we're a committee of the whole, I'll start with Director Arnold. Absent. Director Belforte.
Yes.
Yes. Director Fewer. Absent. Director Frederick.
Yes.
Yes. Director Garbarino.
Yes.
Yes. Director Grosville.
Pass on this one. I missed part of it.
Thank you. Director Hernandez. Absent. Director Hill.
Yes.
Thank you. Director Maston.
Yes.
Yes. Director Moylan. Absent. Director Rabbit. Absent. Director Sears. Absent. Director Sobel.
Aye.
Aye. Director Yee. Absent. Second Vice President Cochran.
Yes.
Yes. Vice President Terrio.
Yes.
Yes. And President Parr.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. The motion passes 9-1.
Thank you. Next item is item 4, which is to approve an increase in the Golden Gate Bridge
Pass.
Physical Suicide Deterrent System project budget for additional
Pass.
construction, administration, and construction engineering staff cost relative to construction contract number 2016B01, Golden Gate Bridge Physical Suicide Deterrent System and Wind Retrofit Projects. The staff report is on page 7, and our chief engineer will also present this report. Ms. Bauer-Furbush, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Contract 2016-D1, which involves construction of the physical suicide deterrent system, specifies a construction time of 47 months and a contract completion date of January 12, 2021. As previously reported to the committee, the contractor has not progressed the work as required by the contract and has informed the district that it will not complete the installation of the physical suicide deterrent system until January 2023 and will not complete the remaining work until April 2024, which is 38 months behind the contract specified completion date. According to the district construction contract administration plan, the district administers and manages the contract. The work is performed by the engineering department staff with the assistance of consultants with expertise in various aspects of construction administration and engineering. Staff has performed an analysis of the remaining project budget and have determined that continuation of the construction contract administration and construction engineering efforts by engineering staff and consultants during additional 38 months of construction requires an estimated $23,188,717 increase in the Golden Gate Bridge Physical Suicide Deterrent System project budget. The district is working with its funding partners to secure additional funds for the project, but in the interim, to continue funding through December 2020, engineering staff time spent on the administration and engineering related to the project construction, staff recommends that the Building and Operating Committee recommends that the Board of Directors approve a $2 million increase in the budget of the project to be funded with district reserves. Staff will submit recommendations for budget increases related to the remainder of the support services listed in the table presented in the staff report during future committee meetings. I will also want to touch upon the issue of the delay. Regarding the delay of the project completion, the district is asserting that the contractor is responsible for the delay to the time of completion, but the contractor is disputing this assertion. The contractor is also asserting through submissions of various claims that the district owes the contractor additional payments for alleged various adverse impacts on the contractor's work performance due to the district's interpretation of the contract provisions and district actions regarding revision to certain construction details. In addition, as part of its claims, the contractor is asserting an entitlement to the compensable extensions and to payments for the impacts of the extended time of construction. The district has determined that these claims have no merit. The contractor disagrees with the district's findings. This concludes my report, and I'm available to answer any question the committee may have for me.
Thank you, Ms. Bauer-Furbush. Do any of the directors have questions or comments on this?
This is Dick.
Thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead, Dick.
Well, I was just going to say from the Suicide Advisory Committee, whatever we're formally called, we've been informed about this and the problems with the contractor and the delays and the need for money. And certainly as the chair of that committee, and I think most of the committee members have supported this, so I do support this. It is needed. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other directors with comments or questions? And Madam Secretary, would you please see if there's anyone who has public comment?
Thank you. I'll pull the public line now. We have no speakers on this item.
Thank you. Then Director Fredericks, would you please move the item?
I so move.
And Director Garbarino, would you second?
Second.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, please move to a roll call vote.
Thank you. Starting with Director Arnold. Absent Director Belforte.
Yes.
Yes. Director Fewer. Absent Director Fredericks.
Yes.
Yes. Director Garbarino.
Yes.
Yes. Director Grosboll.
Yes.
Yes. Director Hernandez. Absent Director Hill.
Yes.
Yes. Director Maston.
Yes.
Yes. Director Moylan. Absent Director Rabbit. Absent Director Sears. Absent Director Sobel.
Aye.
Aye. Director Yee. Absent. Second Vice President Cochran.
Yes.
Yes. First Vice President Terrio.
Yes.
Yes. And President Parr.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. And we have 10 ayes and no nays. Thank you.
Okay. On to item number 5, which is a status report from board appointees on the Sonoma-Marin Area Rail Transit Board. The staff report with a link to the SMART website is on page 13 of your packet. District appointees to the SMART board are on the line to provide their report. President Parr or Director Garbarino, which of you wants to go ahead?
I think Director Garbarino will go first.
I'm privileged to do a tag team with Barbara. We have not had meetings since our last meeting, last Golden Gate Bridge District committee meetings and board meetings. So we did not have a meeting on the 5th or the 19th of August. Our next meeting will be next Wednesday, the 2nd of September. One item I should highlight is, unfortunately, the ridership has taken a little bit of a dip again last week as a result of fires. So that's the totality of my report, and I'll turn it over to Barbara.
Thank you. I have just one other thing. As part of the follow-up to the tax measure, we promised as an organization that we would listen more. And so the Sonoma and Marin directors have put together a robust listening session schedule, which means that they have interfaced with the cities and the counties. And over the next 2 months, we'll be meeting online, of course, to hear people's comments. I sat in on the first one. They're interesting. It was with the League of Women Voters. There's a wide variety of organizations that wanted to talk to us, and so we're taking the time to listen. That concludes my report.
Thank you, and you'll be all ears, I'm sure. Are there any board members who have a comment or question on the item? Hearing none, that concludes discussion on item 5. Before we move on, is there anyone from the public who wants to speak on the item?
I'll pull the public line. Please hold. We have no speakers on this item.
So this is an information item. No action is required. So we'll move along to item number 6, which is the status report on engineering projects. The report begins on page 15. And again, it's Ms. Bauer-Furbush who will present. Ms. Bauer-Furbush.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My written report is before the committee, and I would like to take this opportunity to provide a brief update on our Corte Madera Marsh restoration project. Last Tuesday, we received construction bids. We received 5 construction bids. The bids were open on Tuesday, and they are currently under review by staff. I will be bringing recommendation for the award of this contract to the committee at the September meeting. I'm available to answer any question the committee may have for me.
Thank you, Ms. Bauer-Furbush. Are there any board members with questions for Ms. Bauer-Furbush? Hearing none, this is again not an action item, but is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on it?
We're going to
Or
ask
to address
the public now.
Yeah, or to address the committee overall, I should say.
We have no speakers for this item, and we have no speakers for public comment.
Thank you. Then the only item remaining is adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Not a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Thank you, colleagues. That concludes this meeting of the Building and Operating Committee. The time is 10:14 a.m.